Welcome to the Connected Leaders Academy virtual conference designed to reshape your vision of transformation. As we navigate the evolving business landscape, our speakers will unveil innovative strategies to manage and initiate change. Prepare to adapt, innovate, and lead, ensuring your role as a catalyst in this transformative era.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Melia Franklin, and I am also known as Coach Mel. I am a mental health advocate. And before we talk about healing, I want to talk about honesty, okay? Because the truth is, many people are smiling, functioning, showing up, and silently fighting battles no one can see, right? Silent pain doesn't always look like breakdowns, okay? Sometimes it look like they're being productive for the day, or they just have everything in place. Sometimes it look like I'm fine. And I know me, I'm the person that say I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm doing good, everything is going all right. And sometimes it looks like strength. And if you are guilty of all of those, listen, it is okay. We are fighting our pain in silence. And this is why I decided to talk about this today, because silence can be heavy. And when I say heavy, it can be very heavy, okay? And when pain stays silent too long, it can start to convince you that you are alone, that you are a burden, that things will never change. It's like talking to yourself in a negative way. And I like to say, thinking is not it. We have to get rid of it. We have to find ways to maneuver and let go and let God. I am very faith-based. I truly believe that the man above is all things for me. He is my dad, my best friend, my sister, my brother, everything I could think of, right? So today I want to talk about the journey from silent pain to choosing life, not pretending, not minimizing nothing, not ignoring, but choosing life even when it feels hard, right? I am a mom of three. I was a teenage mom. Fast forward, my kids is 18, 17, about to be and 7 years old. Yes, I started over. Oh my gosh. And I am blessed that I was able, because it has structured me to be even more wiser, more aware of what life is about, and especially when it comes into dealing with mental health. Okay, what is silent pain? And listen, I want y'all to listen, tap in, grab a pen and paper. I may say some things that will, touch your heart, or you may want to share with somebody. So, what silent pain really is. And when I speak and I pray before I speak about things, and silent pain has been something I've been battling with over about now 4 years now. I was in a very dark space, and I said, you know what, enough being in a dark space. It's time to wake up and get going and be able to help other people. I believe that a testimony is a way for you to help others, because that word test inside a testimony, your test is to show others that they can do things. What you go through is what you grow through, right? So silent pain is the pain you don't feel safe talking about. It's the thoughts you push down because you don't want to worry anyone. It is exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. It's the feeling of being surrounded by people, but still feeling alone. And sometimes silent pain whisper lies to you. Now, have you ever felt like you've been in depression? You seeking that you are around people, and you just feel like you can't let yourself get up to talk to them, or you feel like you're shutting yourself out. And what I like to call that is setting myself in a dark space, which I told myself I no longer will be in. And sometimes when you have them silent pains that you're battling with, and you can't get sleep, and you're tossing and turning, and your mind is battling, and you going through things, the whispers of the lies come that start saying things like, you are not enough. No one will understand. They'd be better without you. This feeling will never end. No. If you ever had any of those things, let me tell you right now, wipe it out your head now, wipe it out your mind. Don't ever think about that again, because what you speak about is what you bring about, right? What you speak about is what you bring about. You always want to speak positive to yourself, because what you speak amongst yourself is what you're going to project out into the world. So you know how sometimes people say they're looking for their partner and they want them to be this way, but what are you saying about yourself? How are you treating yourself? Are you loving on yourself more? Are you showing up for yourself more? Are you being kind to yourself, and are you giving yourself grace? Because sometimes when we live in our head is a dangerous space to be in. And I tell people all the time, when you feel like you're going through a worry or a concern, I'd say Google a scripture that's going to help you with overwhelmness. Google something that's going to help you get through it, right? Because sometimes you got to go through it so you could grow through it. I love to say that saying is important to me because, like I said, I battled. And it wasn't an easy battle. It was I was drinking, I wanted to go out, and I wanted to just drink and have fun and just try to bury everything I was feeling instead of talking about it, right? But here's the truth. Thoughts are powerful. Thoughts are powerful. Your mind is a dangerous space to be in when it's in a negative stance of mind frame, right? But if you're in a positive mind frame, okay, yes, you can be in mind coming up with your goals, you're setting your tone for the day, you're doing things positive only. But if it's in a negative state of mind, you might want to start shifting your mindset. So thoughts are powerful, but they're always not truthful. Pain can be loud in your mind, but temporary in your life. And one of the most dangerous things about silent pain is isolation. Mm. Isolation feeds hopelessness. Connection interrupts it. Isolation. Let's talk about that real fast. I isolated myself. I wanted everything to be dark. It was to the point that I said I wanted to do my bathroom over to be a black. I wanted black curtains. I wanted to do blackout curtains in my room. I just wanted to be in that dark space. I started to live in that area of my life and I did not like it. I did not like it at all. And I said, I have to start shifting my mindset because what I am experiencing did not make me feel good. I felt drained. I didn't like it. My isolation was real. I didn't want to do nothing with my children. I didn't want to go be around family. Every time somebody asked me, was I okay? It was always the yes, I'm okay thing, right? So let's get a little into my story to why and how I end up feeling that way. 3 years ago, going on 4 years this year, my grandfather passed away. And outside of that, I was still functioning, still working. I was still being strong, still showing up for everyone else. But inside, I was in a dark space. I was with my grandfather from the time he was put on hospice when he made the decision. I did the decision day with him and I took care of him to the end, until the last day. And a lot of people say it's going to be okay. You're around them and you there with him every day. It's going to get easier. And I believe that. I started thinking, I said, I go work around him and I go get my laptop and I'm putting in stuff and I'm just talking to him. And as the time getting closer, but when that day came and I lost him, that day was the worst day of my life. My grandfather was literally like my best friend, my backbone. And I never like to really talk about my story so much because when he passed away, other things happened within my relationship and stuff, and everything just felt like it was a turmoil. And like I said, on the outside, I still was functioning. I still was working my business. I was still showing that I'm being strong. I still was showing up for everyone else. But on the inside, I was in a dark space. Grief is heavy. It is heavy. And what people don't always tell you is that grief doesn't just make you sad, it can make you tired. Oh, because listen, I was drained. It can make you tired, disconnected. Okay, I was disconnected from my children. I was disconnected from my family. It could make you numb. I I told you I started drinking like crazy. I didn't want to do nothing. It was really to the point where as though I lived in that dark space and I did not like it. And the last part of it, I was lost, because I felt like nobody could understand me. And that was one of the thoughts that I told you earlier. Your mind start playing with you when you start believing those things that I am not enough. See, that's where the mental health come in at, that you have to, and I like to tell my mentees that you have to be strong when it comes to mental health. It's not going to be easy dealing with mental health. It's not going to be easy trying to challenge yourself through those battles. And enough already going on in the world, you're trying to battle those things. But when you're dealing with something personal in life and when you're trying to figure it out, your mental health is very, very intimate to you and you have to know how to deal with it. And let me tell you something, I did not always want to talk about it. I didn't. I laid in bed crying, got up and had a drink, laid in bed crying. I don't want to talk to nobody. And then I had to put on that face mask, right? When it came to my family and my uncle and them, telling them like, hey, I'm okay, y'all good, just showing up strong for them because that's their dad. My mom and my uncle, that's their father. So in my mind, I had to be strong for them. I had to show them that I am strong, but deep down inside, I was hurting. I was feeling that pain. I felt so lost. My kids see me crying. They see that I couldn't get up. I always was just doing everything opposite. And then I realized that I was drained. I didn't always want to talk about it. I told myself I have to stay strong. I have responsibilities. I can't fall apart. But let me tell you something. The more I kept saying that, the more it felt like, okay, I was trying to trick myself out my spot. I was trying to keep it going. But that silent pain doesn't disappear just because you're strong, right? It didn't disappear. Yes, I woke up every day saying that I felt good. It's going to be a great day. I'm going to get this done. But then as soon as I get by myself again, it was back in the bed. I was crying in a dark space, trying to figure it out, right? So now I had to pray about it. And I asked God, I said, God, please give me the strength. I know that you're giving me these testimonies so I could be able to help others. See, I'm the type of person, I don't just go get certificates or anything like that. I like to tell my stories and help other people from my experiences. I like to help people from my experiences because I feel like what I went through, I am more understanding on how to help them. See, a lot of people want to be the coaches and the mentors and everything like that, but you got to be willing to help the people from your experience of what you went through and what you're going through. And sometimes I'll be talking to people and helping people when I'm actually going through stuff and not even knowing that I'm really helping them, but that's my therapy to help others. And also, there were moments when the heaviness felt overwhelming, moments when I felt alone in my thoughts. Oh my goodness, moments when I questioned how long could I keep carrying everything. And what began to shift things for me wasn't pretending I was fine. See, I couldn't pretend it no more because every time I turned around, I was crying. I was laying in bed. I wasn't feeling good. I couldn't believe that this happened. And yes, I know that's part of life that we lose our loved ones, right? We do. But when you're so close to your loved ones, on top of everything else happening on top of is like mountain on top of mountain, you start to lose yourself. But then when you begin to realize, and you have to start putting things into a shifting mindset. See, I had to realize and stop pretending that I was fine because I wasn't fine. It was admitting that I wasn't. That's the part. That was the part for me. Strength is not silence. Strength is asking for support. And that is something that I had to work on. I had to work on the strength and ask God, please help me. Help me get through this. To help me, how I want to say this, Lord, help me say how I need to say it. Help me get the strength that I need to be able to, one, provide for my children, two, show up and be able to pour into myself so I can pour to others, and three, I am saying, God, you know what? I know I can't stay in this position no more. I need you to help me get this strength because strength is not silence. Strength is asking for support. Strength is letting yourself grieve. Letting yourself grieve. Sorry about that, guys. Strength is saying I'm not okay right now. Strength is also giving yourself grace, taking it day by day, keeping it slow, taking it slow. And I made a decision not to be instantly healed, not to have all the answers, but to stay present, stay connected, stay alive for the people who love me, stay long enough for the darkness to pass. And it did pass. Okay. But it didn't happen overnight. See, you gotta remember what you need done is not gonna happen overnight. You gotta give yourself grace. You gotta remember that you are human. We are not robots. Yes, we're juggling multiple things. Yes, we are, got kids. And if you don't have kids, you're taking care of your parents or if your grandparents, whatever it is, we know that we're handling a lot and it could be heavy on our mental. But we have to remember that we always got to stay one. I always say this, prayed up. Okay. Because like I said, it do not happen overnight, not magically, but it's going to shift. You just have to remember you just have to remember that you are in control of your life decisions. And you have to sit down and ask yourself what it is that I am going to do. What am I going to do differently and be able to help others and pour into others? So we're going to get to that, right? The reflection moment of it all. I want you to take a quiet moment right now, and it's not the interactive, but just close your eyes. This is something you could do every single day. And I like to call it the stay method. This is something you could do every day. You don't have to close your eyes, but pause internally, okay? Think about a time you didn't feel okay, a time you carry something heavy alone, a time you wish someone would have asked you, are you really okay? Now, think about someone in your life who might be feeling that way right now. Silent pain doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes the strongest people are the ones barely holding it together. And I love to say that because everybody look at strong people as, oh, they okay. They don't need to talk about it. You know why? Because I am that strong person. And I don't have no one that I can go to and just let it all out and everything. I don't have no one that I can say, you know what? Let me just be able to cry on their shoulder. I have to talk to God. I have to be able to get myself together and trust that I can get through what I'm going through because everybody look at me as the strong one. Oh, she's a mental health coach. I'm going to pour into her. Oh, she does this. And you know what? I had to pause myself and remember, no, I am that mental health coach. I do have to step up to the plate. I do have to be the one to pour into others and be able to say, I conquer everything that I do come across. I do say all of those things to me, but sometimes it don't feel good because I am not able to go to others. So sometimes the strongest people are the ones barely holding it together, right? So choosing life for me. When I got through that dark space, that dark moment, I got up, wiped those tears. I don't drink no more. I let it go. I let God be in control. I do my ministry now, against all odds ministry, and I decide to choose life again. And choosing life doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes choosing life looks like, okay, sending one text, making one phone call, getting out of bed, calling 988, telling someone I need help, staying one more day. Choosing life is not about pretending everything is perfect, okay? It's about saying, I don't see the full picture yet, but I'm willing to stay long enough to see what changes. See, that is the problem when we are struggling. We don't like to ask for the help. We don't like to make everybody, because you know why? They make us having the emotions and feeling that strength of weakness. And let me tell you something right now. Being not okay is not a weakness. That is a way of building your strength because feelings can change. What you're going through is not always going to be permanent. It's temporary. And seasons change, circumstances change, life itself change, but you have to be here to see it. You have to be able to fight against it. You got to be willing to show up. You got to be willing to say, I'm putting on that armor and I'm going to walk this journey and get through it. And like I said, what you go through, you grow through. You have to shift your mindset, okay? Shift your mindset, give yourself grace, and remember it is okay not to be okay. The stay method. I want to give you something practical. When dark thoughts come, you need a plan. And that was a tongue twister. I am so sorry. Remember this word stay. And let's break the word stay down. Grab your pen and paper and write the word stay. For stay, the letter S, okay, is slow your breathing. For the letter S, slow your breathing. When anxiety rises, your body speeds up. Slow it down, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and out for 4. Okay? And for T, tell someone. Silence makes pain grow. Speaking makes it shrink. And I love that one. Because you keep everything bottled up, that's how things start to make you become, I like to say, a dangerous person in society because you become a walking, ticking bomb, which is not healthy. But if you start speaking on what are you feeling and going through, it start getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And you start feeling that weight come up off of you and you start feeling like, okay, I can do this. Okay, I'm feeling better. You're sleeping better. Your skin is looking better. Your appetite is better. You start feeling good within yourself. And for A, anchor yourself. Find one reason, one person, one purpose, one promise, one future moment you want to see. That could be anything. Find one reason. Your kids, your job, your family, your husband, your wife. Find that one reason or that one purpose. You want your business to be the legacy for your family. You want to show people that you can get through anything that you go through. You can show that being strong, and sometimes we do conquer through our weaknesses. And it's showing them that it's okay not to be okay. One future moment you want to see. The why. Yes to one more day, not forever, not 5 years, just today. You don't have to solve your whole life, right? You just have to stay for this day. You have to live day by day and not by future. If you keep trying to project what's going on in your life in the future and keep trying to live for the future, you're going to delay what's going on right now. See, everybody get in panic mode and they think like, oh my gosh, I got to get through this. I got to do that. I'm not going to be able to do that. I can't do this. Listen, take it easy and breathe. Breathe one time and take it easy. Listen to yourself, but be positive. Do some self-care, some self-love. But remember, do it that day. Especially if you know you feel it start happening, take you like what I would like to say like a 5-10 minute walk, go to the gym, journal, pray, read scripture, whatever you feel that may help you. Those are some things that I like to do for me to help me with my overwhelming anxiety, feeling some type of depression coming along. I like to play my gospel music. I like to get in my journal. I like to just have a silent moment, or I like to go work out. And if it's nice here where I'm at, I'll go take that run or I'll take a walk just to help clear my mind. And those things will help you, even if you want to try the stay method that I gave you. When it's breathe in the 4, hold for 4, and let go for 4. And plant your feet flat on the ground and silently do that. Or meditation. You know, those are the things that I love to help myself with, but I also like to offer to others. And most importantly, if you are into the faith base like I am, I just go to Google if I don't know a scripture right off my hand and say, can I please get a scripture for the day that is helping me with my anxiety or feeling overwhelmed? That is what I love to do to help with my anxiety, feeling myself slipping back into a dark space. Okay, those are some techniques, and I would love for you to try. Breaking the silence. We have to normalize conversations about mental health. Okay, we have to think about that. Breaking silence. Faith, you can be faith filled and still overwhelmed. You can feel successful and still anxious and still tired, smiling and hurting. Struggling does not make you weak. It makes you human. Okay. That's why I always say it's okay not to be okay. If you are someone in this room who has ever felt like giving up, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not a burden. You are not too broken. You are not beyond help. You and your story is not over. Sometimes the bravest decisions you will ever make is simply this: I will stay. I will show up. I will conquer whatever it is that I need to do. I am happy. I am humble, and I am blessed. Those are things that you speak to yourself. So from silent pain to choosing life is not one-time decision. Sometimes it is daily. Sometimes it is hourly. Sometimes it is moment by moment. But every time you choose to stay, you choose possibility. You choose healing, you choose growth, you choose the chance to story to continue. And if no one has told you lately, your life has weight, your presence has purpose, and the world is better with you in it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you for choosing life. Okay. And like I always like to end everything, be happy on purpose and enjoy the rest of your day. If you want to find me on Facebook, Melia Franklin. Have a blessed day. And thank you again for having me.
Thank you for participating in today's enlightening session. As we transition to our next expert, remember that each strategy and insight is a step toward becoming a transformative leader in your field. Visit connectedleadersacademy.com to stay engaged and informed. The journey of change is ongoing. Let's move forward together.